Okay, so let's talk about that feeling, you know?
Mm.
The one where it feels like the world is just moving so fast.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
New tech everywhere, news hitting you constantly, everything seems to be changing all the time, and you're just trying to keep your head above water.
Like the ground is shifting beneath your feet.
Exactly. That's the one.
That sense of speed and, well, overwhelm is incredibly relatable right now. It's almost a defining characteristic of our era, isn't
It
it?
really feels like it. And exploring that feeling is where this deep dive begins. We're pulling hangings from Thomas L. Friedman's book, Thank You for Being Late.
Right, which really grapples with this whole accelerated world idea.
Hmm.
Friedman's core argument, essentially, is that something fundamental shifted. Around 2007, he pinpoints it.
Okay, what kind of shift?
He points to these simultaneous accelerating changes. So technology, globalization, and climate change, all creating this entirely new landscape.
So it's not just change, it's the speed of change.
Exactly, it's the acceleration. And it leaves many of us feeling like we're perpetually playing catch-up, just constantly behind.
Which is why the big kind of surprising idea from the book is so
A
interesting.
paradox.
Yeah, because you'd think, okay, fast world, you need to go faster, right? But the book argues the opposite.
Right, that success in this new era is actually about finding ways to slow down.
To pause, reflect,
Yeah.
recalibrate.
It sounds completely counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But the source material gives this wonderful little origin story for that exact idea.
Yeah.
Friedman was supposed to meet a friend, and the friend was late.
Okay.
And instead of getting annoyed, that unexpected, block of quiet time, it gave him a moment to think, to process.
Huh.
That unplanned pause in a busy schedule sparked the realization that maybe slowing down was the key to understanding all the speed.
I love that. Whole book basically born from someone being late.
Pretty much.
It just underscores the power of, well, stopping for a second. So our mission in this deep dive, really just for you listening, is to unpack the most valuable nuggets from this perspective.
Kind of a shortcut to understanding what's really important here.
Exactly. And how you might actually apply it.
Okay, so where do we start? Maybe with really understanding the forces driving this feeling of speed.
Good idea. Because, as we said, the world is moving faster. New tech is popping up like crazy.
Breakneck speed, really. And global systems are more interconnected than ever before. Plus, you have environmental shifts constantly reshaping things. Economies, landscapes.
Yeah. And the source makes a really strong point here. Resisting this acceleration. It's not just futile. It's actually detrimental.
Right. Trying to stay exactly where you are while the world rushes past just means you get left behind.
It's like standing still on one of those moving walkways at the airport. You only go backward relative to everyone else.
That's a great analogy. And think about how quickly things like smartphones, social media, even cloud computing, how they went from being niche ideas to absolutely central.
To everything. Life, work.
Yeah. And the people and businesses who kind of resisted those shifts,
Yeah.
they struggled. Those who embraced them found new ways forward, new avenues.
So instead of seeing change as this big, scary enemy, the book suggests we need to see it as an opportunity.
For growth, yeah.
Right. Like if a new AI tool comes out that impacts your work, panicking doesn't help.
No.
But figuring out, okay, how can I use this tool? Or what are the human skills like creativity or complex problem solving, emotional intelligence that AI can't replicate?
That's how you turn a potential threat into an advantage.
Exactly. The source mentions companies that adapted their models for digital tools thrived. It's really about evolving with the environment, not fighting it.
Yes, embracing change isn't about blindly adopting every single new thing that comes along. It's more about cultivating a mindset that sees shifting ground as, well, fertile ground for development.
Okay, so we've kind of accepted the world is fast and we need to embrace the change.
Right.
But then comes that paradox you mentioned, the book's core idea. You need to slow down to thrive in this fast world.
It just sounds wrong, doesn't it?
It really does. How does that work?
Well, think about what happens to your brain when it's constantly stimulated.
Hmm.
Notifications pinging, deadlines looming, information flooding in.
Yeah, total overload.
You get stressed, distracted, overwhelmed, and your capacity for deep thought, for careful decision-making, it just diminishes.
You're just reacting, right? Not really thinking things through.
Exactly. And the source highlights that pausing, reflecting, it acts as an essential countermeasure. It gives your brain the space it needs
Space to do what?
to process information, to connect maybe disparate ideas, to see the bigger picture instead of just the urgent thing right in front of you.
Ah, okay. So slowing down isn't about doing less necessarily. It's about creating the mental clarity so you can make better decisions about what actually matters.
Precisely. Like maybe taking just 10 minutes, sit quietly in the morning, don't scroll, just think. The book suggests even small intentional pauses like that can dramatically improve your focus.
And your sense of control throughout the day.
Yeah. It helps you step off that fast-moving walkway for a moment, like you said, and decide where you actually want to go instead of just being carried along,
So slowing down is presented not as some kind of luxury.
but as a necessity, a tool for navigating complexity effectively.
That makes a lot of sense. And you definitely need that clarity because the world is also constantly demanding you learn new things, right?
Absolutely. Which leads us neatly into another key insight from the source.
Which is,
The idea that education isn't, a finite event anymore. Like you finish school and you're done.
right.
It has to be a continuous, lifelong process. Because what you learned 5 or 10 years ago, it might just be insufficient for today's challenges, let alone tomorrow's. The landscape keeps shifting so fast.
It's like your knowledge base needs constant updates, just like your phone apps.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
The book really emphasizes cultivating this deep curiosity and openness to learning throughout your entire life.
Okay, but how do you do that in practice? Does it mean going back to school?
Not necessarily formal degrees, no. It's more about actively seeking out new information. Maybe taking a free online course on a new skill that seems relevant.
Or watching educational videos, reading challenging articles?
Exactly. Or even just setting aside dedicated time each week, maybe an hour, to dive into a topic that's completely new to you, just to stretch your brain.
So the point isn't just to acquire facts, like trivia.
No, it's more about building the capacity to learn and adapt quickly.
Hmm.
So if new tech is automating parts of your job, spending an hour learning how to use that tool or understanding the principles behind it.
That makes you far more adaptable than someone who just avoids it.
Right. It's about building your own personal operating system, kind of, for a world that's always in flux.
Okay. Now, speaking of technology, that's obviously a huge source of anxiety for a lot of people in this fast world.
Oh, absolutely. The fear of jobs disappearing, of being, replaced by machines.
Yeah.
And the source addresses this directly. It offers a really powerful reframe. Instead of seeing AI, artificial intelligence, as something designed to replace you,
Think of it as IA.
intelligent assistance, yes. The most successful approach, the book argues, isn't competing against technology. It's figuring out how to partner with it.
How to use it to amplify your unique human capabilities.
Exactly. So the technology doesn't do your job for you.
It helps you do your job better. Makes sense.
Think of a teacher using AI, maybe, to personalize learning plans for individual students. The tech handles the data crunching, maybe.
But the teacher provides the crucial human connection, the guidance.
Precisely. Or a designer using powerful software. The software enables these complex visuals, sure.
Yeah.
The creativity, the vision, that comes from the human.
Okay. Or even like a small business owner using social media tools.
Yeah. The tools extend their reach, but it's their authentic voice, their understanding of their customers that actually builds the connection and makes it work.
So the book really emphasizes that while, sure, data can show you trends,
It's your human judgment, your creativity, your critical thinking that turns that raw information into meaningful action.
right.
The future, from this perspective, belongs to people who can effectively combine their unique human strengths with technological power, not one or the other.
So use tech as your assistant, not your replacement. Figure out how it can make you smarter or more efficient or more creative.
That's the key takeaway there.
Okay. Now, with all this speed, all this technological change, it can sometimes feel a bit isolating.
It definitely can. Which brings us nicely to the importance of human connection.
Community.
Absolutely crucial. The source highlights the vital role of building and nurturing strong communities in this fast-changing world.
And these communities, they could be anything, right? Family, friends, colleagues.
Neighbors, groups you belong to online or offline.
Yes.
They provide this vital safety net, a source of support.
Because when you're facing new challenges like adapting to new tech or navigating global disruptions, having a community to lean on.
To learn from, to share with, it just makes the whole process infinitely easier. You're not trying to figure everything out completely in isolation.
Yeah, that makes sense. We saw powerful examples of this during the pandemic, didn't we?
We really did. Local communities rallying to support each other in tangible ways.
And the source points out that many solutions to really complex problems, whether they're social or environmental, they often begin and gain momentum at the community level.
Through collective action, yeah. People coming together.
So investing time and energy in the people around you, strengthening relationships, contributing to local initiatives, or even just being there for others.
It's not just a nice to have. It's presented as an essential strategy for resilience, for adaptation in
Yeah.
a pretty chaotic world.
Your connections are your strength.
Well put.
And finally, underlying everything we've discussed, really the technology, the communities, our ability to thrive, there's the foundation.
The natural world.
Yeah.
A foundation that the source makes very clear is under significant stress.
Climate change, pollution, resource depletion.
Real and accelerating threats. And the book's message here is, well, unequivocal. We cannot ignore these issues. We just can't.
Because ultimately we depend entirely on the health of the planet for everything.
Exactly. There's a really powerful line quoted or referenced in the source. Mother Nature always bats last.
Oof. Yeah.
It's a stark reminder, isn't it, that no matter how advanced our tech gets or how complex our systems become, if we don't take care of the environment,
The consequences will eventually impact us all.
in ways we probably can't engineer our way out of. You see it already, rising global temperatures leading to more extreme weather events,
Yeah.
deforestation impacting air quality, weather patterns.
These aren't abstract problems anymore. They directly affect our health, our homes, our ability to just thrive.
Right. So it's not just about environmentalism as some separate issue over there. It's about finding smarter, more sustainable ways to live that actually work with nature, not against it.
Okay. And that involves what? Big picture things,
Yeah.
small things.
Both, really. It involves everything from individual choices like, reducing waste, conserving energy, supporting sustainable businesses.
To larger societal efforts in developing clean energy and green technologies.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that our own long-term well-being is just inextricably linked to the health of the planet. Finding that balance is crucial.
For us now and for future generations, finding ways for people and the planet to thrive together.
That sums it up well. So, that's a lot to absorb, isn't it? Embracing change, slowing down, lifelong learning, using tech to empower, building community, caring for nature. Phew.
It is. So how does the source suggest we actually, weave these big ideas into the reality of our daily lives? Does it offer practical steps?
It does, actually, and they're surprisingly simple, actionable things.
Okay, like what? For embracing change.
It might be as small as deciding, okay, today I'm going to explore one new feature on an app I use every day, instead of just sticking to the same old routine. Just getting comfortable with tiny shifts.
Little experiments.
Yeah.
I like that. What about slowing down?
Dedicate just 10 minutes a day, maybe 5 even, to conscious reflection. Put down your phone, find a quiet spot.
And just sit.
Just let your thoughts settle. Could it be first thing in the morning to set intentions, or in the evening to kind of process the day? Just create that pause.
Okay. And lifelong learning. How small can we start there?
Commit to just 1 hour a week. Seriously. Use that time to watch a tutorial on YouTube, listen to an educational podcast episode like this one.
Shameless plug.
Right. Or read an article on a topic you're curious about. Small, consistent learning really adds up over time.
Okay. Using technology as intelligent assistants.
Start with one simple task you can automate or improve with tech. Maybe use a calendar app properly to manage reminders so you free up mental space.
Or a simple budgeting tool to track spending without having to think too hard about it.
Exactly. Lower the cognitive load where you can.
Building community.
Start with small acts of connection. Send a thoughtful text to a friend you haven't heard from. Offer to help a neighbor with something small.
Or just engage genuinely with a colleague during a coffee break instead of scrolling your phone.
Simple things.
Yeah.
And caring for nature.
Bring a reusable bag to the grocery store.
Perfect example. Make sure to recycle diligently. Be mindful of turning off lights when you leave a room. These tiny habits matter collectively.
So the source suggests these small, consistent actions are really how you integrate these big principles into your life.
Yeah, it's how you build that muscle, making you more adaptable and resilient over time.
Okay. So ultimately, this perspective drawn from "Thank you for being late," it offers a pretty powerful message, doesn't it?
It really does. That thriving in a world that feels overwhelmingly fast. It isn't about just running faster and faster.
It's about strategically finding those moments to pause,
Committing to continuous growth.
deepening your connections with others and with the natural world.
And discovering a more intentional pace.
Mm.
One that allows you to actually find meaning and purpose amidst all the chaos.
And these aren't just like abstract philosophical ideas. They're presented as practical ways for you, the listener, to regain a sense of control and direction.
In a world that constantly pulls you in a million different directions.
Yes, which leaves us with this final thought to consider as you navigate your own busy life.
Something to mull over.
In a world that constantly demands faster, faster, faster,
Yeah.
how can finding your own essential pace not only help you thrive individually,
But also contribute to the health and resilience of the communities, and indeed, the planet around you?